Imagine a condition so rare, so profound, it seems drawn from the pages of myth and legend. A malady that doesn't just affect the body, but fundamentally transforms its very structure from within. This is the story of a disease that turns people into living statues, locking them inside their own bodies. It begins subtly, often misunderstood, a small lump or a swelling after a minor bump or fall. But beneath the surface, a terrifying metamorphosis is taking place, following an ancient, flawed blueprint. Muscles, tendons, and ligaments begin a slow, inexorable process of turning into solid bone. This isn't fiction. This is the reality for individuals with one of the world's rarest genetic conditions. A condition that builds a second skeleton, a prison of bone from which there is no escape. Join us as we explore the harrowing world of the disease that turns people into stone. A journey into the heart of a medical mystery and the resilience of the human spirit. Known to science as Fibrodysplasia Ossificans Progressiva, or FAOP, its name describes its devastating progression. Fibrodysplasia refers to the abnormal development of fibrous connective tissues, the body's scaffolding. Ossificans means to turn into bone, the core of this condition's frightening transformation. And progressiva signifies its relentless, forward-moving nature, gradually claiming more of the body. Essentially, it is a progressive process where soft tissue abnormally turns into bone. This isn't petrification, like a tree turning to stone over millennia, it's ossification. The body's own repair mechanism goes haywire, creating new, unwanted bone where it shouldn't exist. This extra bone grows across joints, effectively locking them in place, one by one. It typically starts in the neck and shoulders, descending down the body over a person's lifetime. This progression turns a flexible, dynamic body into a rigid, motionless form over time. For centuries, the cause of FOP was a complete mystery, attributed to curses or dark magic. But in 2006, scientists made a monumental breakthrough, pinpointing the single gene responsible. The culprit is a mutation in a gene called ACVR1, a key regulator of bone and cartilage development. In a healthy body, the ACVR1 gene acts like a strict gatekeeper, controlling when bone growth occurs. It ensures that bone forms only where it's supposed to, like in a developing skeleton, or to heal a fracture. But in FOP, a single misspelling in this gene's code leaves the gate permanently unlocked. This mutation makes the cellular receptors hypersensitive, like a smoke alarm that goes off at the slightest puff of air. The body misinterprets signals from minor inflammation or injury as a catastrophic event requiring massive bone formation. This tiny genetic error unleashes a cascade of biological signals that command muscle to become bone. It's a powerful reminder of how a minuscule change in our DNA can have monumental consequences. One of the cruelest aspects of FOP is its trigger. The very process meant to heal the body becomes its enemy. Any minor bump, bruise, muscle strain, or even a viral illness can signal the start of a flare-up. The body's inflammatory response, designed to protect and repair, instead kicks the bone-making factory into overdrive. A simple fall on the playground, a routine injection, or even dental work can have permanent consequences. This makes surgical removal of the extra bone impossible, as the trauma of surgery would only cause more explosive bone growth. Individuals with FOP must live a life of extreme caution, navigating a world full of potential triggers. Their world shrinks as they try to avoid the everyday bumps and scrapes that most people take for granted. During a flare-up, a painful tumor-like swelling appears on the body, warm to the touch. Over several weeks, this swelling hardens, transforming the underlying soft tissue into permanent, rigid bone. Each flare-up is another step in the progressive loss of mobility, another piece of the body turned to stone. Doctors and patients often describe FOP as the body building a second skeleton. This isn't a replacement, but an addition, a chaotic, unplanned structure built upon the original framework. This new skeleton doesn't follow any logical anatomical rules. It is wild and unpredictable. It forms sheets of bone across the back, ribbons along the arms and legs, and plates that lock the jaw. This process effectively freezes joints in place, turning flexible connections into solid, immovable bone. Imagine your elbow being permanently locked in a bent position, or your jaw sealed shut. Over time, this second skeleton can encase the torso in a rigid cage of bone. This restricts breathing, making even simple breaths a conscious effort against an unyielding prison. Remarkably, the diaphragm, tongue, heart, and other smooth muscles are spared from this process. This allows the mind and vital organs to remain fully functional within a body that has become a statue. Living with FOP is a journey of constant adaptation in the face of progressive limitation. Everyday tasks that we take for granted become monumental challenges requiring ingenuity and planning. Simple acts like brushing one's hair, tying shoes, or picking up a dropped object can become impossible. The world, designed for movement and flexibility, becomes a landscape of obstacles. Yet, within these confines, an incredible resilience and creativity often blossoms. Individuals with FOP and their families devise clever tools and strategies to maintain independence. The mental and emotional toll is immense, living with the knowledge of the body's slow transformation. It requires a profound strength to face each day with courage and a sense of purpose. The FOP community is a testament to the power of shared experience and mutual support. They are not defined by their limitations, but by their incredible strength in overcoming them. The story of FOP is also written in the annals of medical history, a puzzle that perplexed physicians for generations. Perhaps the most famous case is that of Harry Eastlack, born in 1933. His condition began to manifest at a young age, and he would spend his life witnessing his own body's transformation. By the time of his passing just before his 40th birthday, bone had fused his spine and locked nearly every joint. In an act of incredible generosity, Harry chose to donate his body to science. He hoped that his unique skeleton could help researchers understand this devastating condition and find a cure. Today, his skeleton is preserved at the Mütter Museum in Philadelphia, a powerful teaching tool. It stands as a silent, poignant testament to the reality of FOP and one man's final wish. His gift has provided invaluable insights for generations of doctors and researchers. It transformed a personal tragedy into a beacon of hope for future generations affected by FOP. Fueled by the discovery of the ACVR1 gene, research into FOP has accelerated dramatically. Scientists around the world are now in a race against time to translate this knowledge into effective treatments. The primary goal is to find a way to inhibit the overactive ACVR1 receptor, to essentially tell the body's repair system to stand down and stop making unwanted bone. Several promising compounds are in various stages of clinical trials, a source of immense hope for the community. These potential therapies aim to prevent flare-ups and halt the progression of ossification. The challenge is immense, as any treatment must be safe and highly specific to avoid unintended consequences. International patient registries and natural history studies have been crucial for this progress. By pooling data from this ultra-rare population, researchers can better understand the disease and test new therapies. For the first time in history, a future without the threat of progressive ossification seems within reach. Amidst the complexity of FOP, there is one remarkably consistent and visible clue present from birth. Over 95% of individuals with FOP are born with malformed great toes. The toe is often shorter than normal and may be bent or turned inwards, a condition called hallux valgus. This skeletal malformation is a key diagnostic marker, a telltale sign of the underlying genetic mutation. Tragically, this early sign is often missed or misdiagnosed as a simple isolated bunion. This can lead to harmful diagnostic procedures like biopsies, which can trigger severe, permanent flare-ups. Raising awareness of this early sign among pediatricians and parents is a critical global health initiative. Early and accurate diagnosis is the most powerful tool to prevent iatrogenic harm caused by medical examination. It allows families to take precautions and protect their loved ones from the accidental triggers of ossification. This simple observation, looking at the toes, can change the entire course of a person's life with FOP. Let's journey inside the body during an FOP flare-up, a process of misguided creation. It starts with an injury signal, a call for help from a strained muscle or bruised tissue. In a healthy body, immune cells would arrive, clean up damage, and signal for muscle repair. But in FOP, the mutated ACVR1 receptor shouts, "Emergency! Build bone now!" A storm of cellular activity begins, not with muscle stem cells, but with bone-forming progenitors. These cells invade the inflamed tissue, laying down a soft cartilage model, like a sculptor's armature. This cartilage scaffold is then methodically replaced by hard, mineralized bone. The body is following the same process it uses to form the skeleton in the womb, but in the wrong place. When the process is complete, what was once pliable muscle is now a permanent, immovable piece of bone. A flawed masterpiece of creation, beautiful in its biology, but tragic in its consequence. The progression of FOP follows a grimly predictable pattern, mirroring the body's own development. It typically begins in the axial skeleton, starting with the neck, shoulders, and upper back. Early flare-ups often lead to a fused neck, restricting head movement permanently. From there, the ossification descends down the trunk and out along the limbs. The elbows are often one of the next joints to become locked, usually in a bent position. This progression makes reaching, dressing, and personal care increasingly difficult over time. Later, the hips may fuse, profoundly impacting a person's ability to sit or walk. Many individuals eventually require a wheelchair for mobility as their lower body becomes rigid. The jaw is also frequently affected, leading to difficulties with eating and speaking. This top-down, proximal to distal pattern is a defining and devastating feature of FOP's natural history. FOP is one of the rarest diseases known to medicine, a lonely diagnosis for many. It's estimated to affect only 1 in 2 million people worldwide. This extreme rarity means most doctors will never encounter a single case in their entire career. This lack of familiarity is a major barrier to prompt and accurate diagnosis. For families, receiving an FOP diagnosis can feel incredibly isolating, as if they are alone in the world. However, dedicated patient advocacy groups have worked tirelessly to connect this scattered community. Organizations like the IFAPA have created a global network for patients, families, and researchers. This network provides vital emotional support and shares crucial information about managing the condition. The rarity also presents challenges for research, making it difficult to conduct large-scale clinical trials. Yet, it is this very rarity that has fostered an intensely collaborative and motivated research community. Independence is a cherished goal for many living with FOP, achieved through remarkable ingenuity. As mobility decreases, the environment must be adapted to meet the individual's needs. Simple tools become extensions of the self, bridging the gap created by a locked joint. Dressing sticks, long-handled shoehorns, and button hooks are common aids for daily routines. Technology also plays a crucial role, from voice-activated controls for lights and computers to customized wheelchairs. Homes are often modified with ramps, grab bars, and accessible bathrooms to ensure safety and autonomy. Each adaptation is a victory, a reclamation of an activity that FOP threatened to take away. It's a testament to the human drive to adapt, to innovate, and to overcome physical barriers. The creativity involved in problem-solving everyday challenges is a constant source of inspiration. These solutions allow individuals to continue engaging with the world, pursuing education, careers, and passions. While FOP imprisons the body, it leaves the mind entirely untouched and free. The intellect, personality, memories, and consciousness remain fully intact, a vibrant mind within a static shell. This creates a profound disconnect between the inner world of thought and the outer world of physical expression. Imagine having a brilliant idea, a witty joke, or a deep emotion, but being unable to fully express it physically. Many with FOP become keen observers, their minds sharpened by a life of watching and listening. They develop rich inner lives, exploring worlds through books, music, and imagination. The internet and communication technologies have been revolutionary, offering new avenues for expression and connection. It allows the sharp mind to bypass the body's limitations and engage directly with the world. This highlights the essential truth that we are more than our physical bodies. The spirit, the will, and the mind can remain unconquered, even when the body becomes a statue. Medical imaging provides a breathtaking and sobering look at the reality of FOP's second skeleton. X-rays and CT scans reveal the extent of the ectopic bone, a stark white against the gray of soft tissue. We can see bridges of bone spanning across the spine, fusing vertebrae into a single rigid column. Sheets of bone wrap around the rib cage, further restricting the already limited movement of the chest wall. The images show joints, the body's instruments of motion, completely obliterated and replaced by solid bone. These are not just pictures, they are maps of a person's journey with FOP, each new formation a memory of a flare-up. For researchers, these images are invaluable, allowing them to track the disease's progression and measure treatment effectiveness. They turn an invisible internal process into something tangible, something that can be studied and, hopefully, stopped. The skeleton of Harry Eastlack, when compared with modern scans, tells a continuous story spanning decades. This visual archive is a powerful tool in the fight to ensure future skeletons tell a different story. Behind every person with FOP, there is often a network of dedicated caregivers, family, and friends. They are the unsung heroes in the FOP story, providing physical and emotional support every day. Their role evolves as the condition progresses, adapting to new challenges with love and patience. They become experts in navigating the healthcare system, advocating for the best possible care. They assist with the tasks of daily living, from meals and dressing to simply providing a comforting presence. The emotional burden can be heavy, watching a loved one face the relentless progression of FOP. Yet, their strength and resilience create a foundation of stability and love. This partnership between the individual with FOP and their caregivers is a powerful bond. It is a relationship built on trust, communication, and a shared fight against a common adversary. Their story is an integral part of the FOP narrative, a testament to the power of human connection. The future of FOP treatment is brighter than ever before, moving from management to intervention. While current trials focus on blocking the FOP signal, future research looks even deeper. Scientists are exploring the possibility of gene therapies to correct the ACVR1 mutation at its source. This would be like fixing the typo in the body's instruction manual rather than just ignoring the error. Other avenues include therapies that could potentially remodel or even reverse some of the ectopic bone. This remains a monumental challenge, the holy grail of FOP research, but it's no longer pure science fiction. Advances in regenerative medicine and stem cell biology may one day offer ways to repair damaged muscle. Each new scientific paper, each clinical trial brings the community one step closer to a definitive cure. The journey has been long, from mythological curiosity to a solvable molecular puzzle. Hope is no longer just an emotion, it's a scientific strategy, a roadmap to a better future. The study of rare diseases like FOP has benefits that extend far beyond its small patient population. They act as Rosetta Stones for human biology, helping us decipher fundamental bodily processes. By understanding what happens when bone formation goes wrong, we learn how it's supposed to go right. The ACVR1 pathway is also implicated in other, more common conditions. Insights from FOP research could one day help treat common bone spurs or aid in fracture healing. It may even shed light on atherosclerosis, where arteries harden, a process with some molecular similarities. Studying the extreme teaches us about the moderate. The rare illuminates the common. This is why funding and focus on rare disease research is so critically important for all of us. The answers to some of medicine's biggest questions might be found in its rarest cases. The FOP community, in their struggle, is contributing to a legacy of knowledge that benefits all humanity. The story of FOP is a journey from the shadows of myth into the bright light of science. It is a tale of a biological betrayal, where the body's own healing mechanisms turn against it. We've seen how a single genetic typo can build a second skeleton, a prison of bone. We've witnessed the pain and the challenges, the loss of mobility, the constant need for caution. But more importantly, this is a story of incredible human strength and resilience. The spirit's refusal to be imprisoned, even when the body is confined. The ingenuity to adapt, to innovate, and to find new ways to live a full life. The power of community, connecting scattered individuals into a global force for change. And the relentless pursuit of knowledge that has turned despair into tangible, scientific hope. They are not living statues, but pioneers, charting a course toward a cure. The journey to conquer FOP is ongoing, and awareness is a critical first step. By sharing this story, you help spread knowledge that can lead to earlier diagnosis. You help protect newly diagnosed individuals from harmful, unnecessary procedures. You contribute to a world where a family doesn't have to feel isolated or alone. Support the organizations on the front lines of research and patient advocacy. Their work is funded by the generosity of people who believe in a future free from FOP. The human body is a marvel of complexity, capable of both profound failure and incredible strength. The story of Fibrodysplasia Ossificans Progressiva is a powerful reminder of both these truths. It is a story of hardship, but ultimately, it is a story of unconquerable hope. Thank you for watching and for being part of that hope.